In order to rank up to the highest ranks in the game, you need to value team play in your rank games. If we are playing Killjoy on Haven, normally players would decide to anchor onto the C bomb site, thinking that this is their job. This is where Killjoys are supposed to play. If that's true, then why does Nats almost always set up on B and Garage? Do you know more than a Radiant Pro? Trick is the North American Ascension League professional player who coached me and said this exact statement to me. Luckily for you all, I am here to teach you what he taught me about team play and how I can win more matches to rank up. Going back to the Nats example, the reason why Nats sets up on B and Garage rather than on C is because with a map like Haven, you will essentially be taking a 1v5 almost every single time. The time that it will take for your teammates to rotate over to you will take way too long, so you will put your team in a 4v5 retake since you decided to anchor onto the C bomb site. The better thing to do is what Nats does, which is to set up on B and Garage so your team can play a full 5 versus 5 retake. During the prep phase, before the start of every round, you need to communicate what you plan on doing. If you are Killjoy and you plan on setting up your utility on the B bomb site and Garage, you need to tell your team, I'm playing with my turret on B and I'm putting my alarm bot in Garage. If you are Fade and you plan on eyeing A main to get the orb, tell your team, I'm going to throw my eye from A long into A main and get the orb. I'm going to scale up if my eye does not spot anyone. Always communicate where you will be playing and if you will be using any early utility. Even if our team is silent, we need to be better than them and communicate. In order to know what to do or what type of plans to make in the prep phase with your team, you need to understand that there are 3 different types of maps. We like to call these map types. There are anchor maps where you can comfortably anchor a site since your teammates are able to rotate over to you fairly quickly. Info maps where you do not want to hard anchor a site since it will take a while for your teammates to rotate over to you due to the map size being on a larger scale. And lastly, control maps, where taking mid control is crucial and you should decide to play one side for retake and hard anchor on the other. The anchor maps that are in the current ranked map pool are Bind, Split, and Fracture. The info maps that are in the current ranked pool are Haven, Lotus, and Pearl. The control maps that are in the current ranked pool are Ascent, Breeze, and Sunset. Don't be afraid to try and set up good plans for each map with your teammates. For example, on Haven, you can dart a lobby as Sova, and if no one is there, you can tell your Jet to scale up a short to take early map control. And then you as a Sova can either choose to go with your Jet or rotate elsewhere on the map to assist your team. During the actual rounds themselves, talk to your team. If you plan on throwing your Fade Eye quickly, say, I'm eyeing. If you plan on swinging quickly, say, I'm swinging. If you communicate what you are doing, then you have done your job as a teammate. It's up to your teammates to decide to do something based off of what you communicated. So if we choose to swing into sewers but our teammates did not swing with us, then that is on them since you communicated what you intended to do and they decided to let you swing alone. In order to prevent this, you can ask your teammates to swing with you, but in the heat of the moment, you may not be able to get that mouth load of a sentence out in time. If you are in the higher ranks, your teammates should already know to swing with you, but in the lower ranks, you may need to actually ask your teammates. So be sure to take your time in the lower ranks. These same rules apply for retaking sites. If you are playing on the C bomb site, you should already know that it will be very hard for you to hold off a 5-man rush. So we need to tell our team beforehand, I'm going to be playing for C retake so we can retake it as a 5-man team. During the retake, again, make sure to communicate what you will do in the shortest way possible. If I am going to throw my eye, I am going to say I'm. If I am going to swing, I am going to say swinging default. Talk so you can be blameless for when your teammates try to blame you for something that they knew that you were going to do. By not talking or communicating, you are essentially getting your teammates killed since they are forced to try to read your mind. Realistically, no one is a mind reader, so you need to talk. That way, you all are on the same page. Imagine if we were playing A-long with our Jett. We are getting ready to I, but Jett swings. You may think, wow, why did Jett just peek this? But honestly, if you were to have to told your Jett, I'm going to I long, she might have waited and played off your I. So understand how important it is to talk because it can make our teammates make smarter decisions. It's one thing to communicate with your team for the best team play, but it's another thing to actually make the right decisions with your team. This is why I want you to watch our Radiant Pro Fix My Decision Making video next. There, we will teach you how you need to make accurately correct decisions consistently. And I'll see you there.